right, everybody. I have made up a swatch for this next stitch. This is one that I've actually seen a couple different methods, and I'm going to show you what works for me. And you should always do that when you're knitting or quilting or anything. Do what works for you, what methods work for you. So I made this swatch because the other yarn was curling on me. This one's doing it a little bit, not as bad. But if you make a swatch, you can make this garter stitch, which is you knit, turn it over, knit the back. It's just knit back and forth until you get these garter stitch rows. And I also did it on the outside, and that is to help it not curl so much. Okay, so this next stitch that I'm going to show you is called, let me get this. Okay, and I'm in the round too. I prefer knitting in the round. I don't know, I really like knitting in the round. It's just, I think it's just compacted on my lap, and it's, I think it's easier for me to do. So whenever I have the opportunity to use this, I will always go to knitting in the round. Definitely before using double pointed needles. I am not a fan of double pointed needles. I know some of you out there are, love them, and you use them in sock knitting, and I don't really make socks yet. I probably will someday, but for now I'm really gonna just stick to cows and gloves, and I'd like to make a sweater and some scarves maybe. All I'm doing here is I am doing this garter stitch on the edge, and I know that I had 5 stitches on the outside for the swatch for the garter. This video is about a yarn over. So we're going to do a yarn over, and then we're going to do slip, slip, knit. That is one of the stitches in Hohi's 3-color cashmere cow. Okay, so I just went in a couple stitches knitting. So we have to yarn over. So you take your yarn, your working yarn, and you put it over the needle like this into the front. So basically you're just bringing it to the front as if you were to purl, like that. Okay, now slip, slip, knit, yarn over. How I slip, I've seen people slip like this over, like that. I find that it looks a lot neater if you go from front to back and slip it over to your other needle. Okay, now here's my working yarn. It's in the front. I slipped 2. So you take this, your left hand needle, and you slide it in those 2 stitches. You bring your working yarn and you knit them together. Okay, what does this do? What kind of effect does this make? It makes a little hole. So when you yarn over, you're adding a stitch. Okay, so I just added this stitch with my yarn over, and then I knit 2 together, so I'm still at the same amount of stitches. I added 1 and then I lost 1. Okay, let's just see that again. I'm just gonna scooch over here a little bit. We'll go 1, 2, how about 3? Okay. So here's my little hole that I've created over here. Let's do that again. Yarn over. So you bring your yarn from the back to the front. Slip, and I take it from the front. Slip, slip. You can use your thumb if you need to. I need to. And then you're going to take your working yarn, wrap it around the back as if to knit. Boom, there we go. Okay. I always, when I count stitches, when I go back and count, see how this yarn over is it's crooked. Got one here, and so I'll say yarn over to myself, and this one's slip, slip, knit, and then I'll count 1, 2, 3, 4, or until the next yarn over. That's how I know how to keep my place. Let's do 3 again. Okay. Yarn over, front to back, front to back. Take your needle, get those 2 stitches on there, wrap, tuck, there we go. Okay, let's see it again. We'll just go over 3. Yarn over, front to back. I'll take these 2 and knit them together. It's not so bad. One, 2, 3. Yarn over. So I brought it to the front. Front to back. Front to back. Knit these 2 lovely ladies together. There we go. So again, that creates a hole. Just a little bit of a hole. Okay, I'm coming to the end here and I gotta knit all the way across for this garter. Okay, so hopefully we can get that one down, mastered. Here, let's take another look here. So here's a hole right there. Here's another one. There's the other one. And again, I can always point it out because it looks like this yarn is just, you know, like wrapped over. Okay. And that is the yarn over and slip, slip, knit. Okay. Let's see here. We're going to do, the next video is going to be, let's see. I think it's going to be knit 2 together. All right. I think we just have one more video. So we'll see you then. Thanks.